Welcome to my finals battle of the PPL Pokemon Draft League. My team, the LA Lakers, is taking on Emvee, coach of the Chimchargers. I'll be going over the team I'm using today, why I chose these Pokemon, and the Wi-Fi battle will follow. But first, if you're excited about this Pokemon Draft League Wi-Fi battle, make sure you let me know by leaving a like and subscribe if you're new. Emvee has an incredible team. Two very strong starters in Scarlet and Quaquaval, an incredible tank in Ursaluna, Zapdos to spread paralysis with Discharge, a Screamtail to shrug off every hit, and two Terra Captains. A Hoopa that can terrestrialize into a Ghost, Fairy, or Dark type, and a Dunsparce that can terrestrialize into a normal, flying, or water type. I started off my season with a Focus Sash lead Samurott, and I'm ending my season with the same. Samurott's role is to get up spikes via Ceaseless Edge. I have Aqua Cutter as a non-contact water move, that way Zapdos can't static me, while also having a high chance to critical hit. Aerial Ace is boosted by Sharpness and gives me a way of 2-KO and Quaquaval, which I can speed tie with my Jolly plus speed nature. And lastly, I have Encore to lock a Fortress into Stealth Rock, or maybe a Dunsparce into Coil or Calm Mind. We have the spikes, so now we want the Stealth Rocks from Heatran. Heatran's role is to tank most hits from Zapdos, as well as Screamtail provided it's not stomping Tantrum. I have Magma Storm to trap my opponent and Taunt to stop them from roosting in the case of the Dunsparce and Zapdos. And lastly, I have Heavy Slam, which 2-KOs a defensive Screamtail, as well as 2-KOs Hoopa and can knock out a Terra Fairy Hoopa. I have Flame Body just in case Emvee isn't running protective pads on Meowscarada to punish it with a burn, because I can live a Protean low kick due to my HP and defense investment. I'm also faster than max speed Screamtail should it be paralyzed, while also outspeeding a minimum speed Hoopa. With Stealth Rock and Spikes, I want my Rapid Spin blocker, Annihilate. I went with the Punching Glove item to boost my Rage Fist and Drain Punch, while also allowing me to avoid static from Zapdos, which I can also nab for a 2-KO with Stone Edge, while living a max special attack Hurricane because of my HP and special defense investment. My 32 attack investment can let me 2-KO Zapdos with a Rage Fist that's been boosted once. And my defensive Vs allow me to live a Protean Play Rough from Meowscarada after Spike. Lastly, I went Encore just to lock a Dunsparce into Coil or Calm Mind, or lock a Screamtail into Wish. I'm also faster than a modest max speed Hoopa and a very defensive Zapdos. But Annihilate is obviously not my Zapdos answer. That's Lycanroc Dusk. Adamant Life Orb Lycanroc Dusk is extremely hard for my opponent to switch into. Stone Edge and Close Combat hit my opponent's entire team for neutral or super effective damage. And a Swords Dance boosted Accelerock can knock out Meowscarada, even if HP invested after Spike. My Speedy Vs allow me to outspeed a Zapdos, speed creeping a Crocodile. My team needed a ground type switch in versus Ursaluna, and that's where we have defensive Rocky Helmet Cresselia. Cresselia's main role is to spread paralysis via Thunder Wave and check something like Quaquaval with Psychic. I have Moonlight for longevity, and Lunar Dance lets me support my team, allowing me to play Heatran or Annihilate a little recklessly earlier in the game and healing one back up with Lunar Dance. Lastly, we're bringing one of my Terra Captains, Hisuian Electrode. A Terra Fairy Terra Blast allows me to smack Meowscarada and also hit Goodra for some decent damage, which is boosted 1.1 times with Wise Glasses. That allow me to 2-KO a Rocky Helmet Zapdos after Stealth Rock with Thunderbolt. Leaf Storm knocks out a non-Assault Vest Ursaluna and does a big chunk otherwise, and Volt Switch gives me momentum for my team. Static can allow me to get a paralysis on a non-protective pads Quaquaval that might have gotten out of hand with Aqua Step, and my HP and defense investment actually lets me live an Adamant Close Combat from an unboosted one, while my 72 Speedy Vs allow me to outspeed a max speed Screamtail. So that's my team for finals of the PPL Pokemon Draft League. Like I said before, if you enjoy the Pokemon Draft League content, make sure you subscribe. My end of the year goal is 400,000 subscribers, and if everybody who watched this video today subbed, I can hit it by the end of the day. Also, just because this is finals of the PPL doesn't mean it's my last draft league. I'll be starting up another one sometime after the DLC. Also, consider subscribing to Emvee. He is one of my best friends in the entire world and has excellent content on his channel. Definitely worth the sub. Lastly, I want to give a big shout out to Zazo, Dylan, OG Albina, Tone, Slick, Carson, LeJohn Flames, Septile, and Peyton for helping me out this week. And of course, Pedro for making these draft league intros look as great as they do. Wouldn't be able to do this without you, bro. I've held you guys up long enough, so let's get right into the battle. Alright, so here we are with the final battle of the PPL Pokemon Draft League. Me versus my boy Emvee. Guys, if you're not already subbed, if you don't like the content, or if you do like the content, you know, feel free to sub. We'll have another draft league, no matter what, this is the last game of the PPL, but we'll have another draft league starting just a few weeks after the DLC drops September 13th. Please also consider subscribing to my boy Emvee. Fantastic channel. I have Focus Sash lead. I'm going to lead off with it. I noticed that my opponent does not have Quaquaval. I expect boots on a plethora of my opponent's Pokemon, but that's okay. Honestly, like if Screamtail has boots, that means it doesn't have leftovers. If Zapdos has boots, that means it doesn't have Rocky Helmet. Not that it matters too much in this case, but, you know, things like that. But yeah, big shout out to everybody who helped me out thus far this season. Drink my water. Let's see how we do. I think I like his image better than mine. Ooh, okay. I'm assuming Masquerada. You're done for. So Dunsparce immediately as a lead of choice. Now, I cannot go for the Ceaseless Edge here because this could be anti-lead. It could definitely Thunder Wave me as well. I'm thinking about just Aqua Cuttering immediately, getting off as much damage as possible, and then kind of go from there. I'm going to go for it. They could Terra Water immediately. Just end up saying, I'm assuming a Glare is going to come out. That is fully physically defensive. There's a Glare. Glare. This could be Rocks as well. Super Fizz Def. No leftovers. In this case, I think it's absolutely fine then just to bring out my Cresselia and go for Thunder Wave. You might see a double Glare on my opponent's part. I was debating going Electro turn 1, but I don't think... I wanted to, first off, scout the damage. And also, I should run a calc real quick, but I'm pretty sure that's damn near max defense to take that little. Oh yeah, that's damn near max defense. Yeah. That's basically, like, max defense. This is definitely something I want to Thunder Wave as well. We can see a double Glare coming out. Again, I keep my Focus Sash for now. Maybe Emvee didn't even bring Rocks. I noticed that he didn't bring... he does have 2 Rockers, obviously, the Dunsparce and Screamtail, but if this is the Rocker, it's a little bit easier. Ends up staying in. Let's see what he goes for here. Maybe a Coil, maybe a Setup. Ends up going for Roost. Glare, Roost. So there's 1 Roost. 1 out of 8. I think we'll throw off a Thunder Wave here. I could be sub, so he may actually end up fearing that. We could see Ursaluna come out potentially. Maybe I should have just went for a Spike, to be honest, just because it's really strong in this game anyway. I think that Hoopa might come out though, or Screamtail, which is why I do want to Thunder Wave this thing immediately. So, nice. We get the Para off. Parad. And we do see a full Para on that. Perfect. I'm going to bring out Samurai here. That way I can Encore them. If they end up going for the Glare again. We see Glare and Roost. I'm not sure. I'm not expecting Coil, really. But again, we get that full Para on them, which is awesome. So I can bring out Samurai. As they go for Glare again. Perfect. Because they are paralyzed now, I don't care as much. I'm actually going to go for Ceaseless Edge. I was thinking about Encoring them, but actually, yeah, Ceaseless Edge is way better. Way better to go for Ceaseless Edge. Strike twice, that's Zapdos. Let's see if it's Rocky Helmet. We do end up landing on Zapdos. We do a good chunk as well. Do we see Helmet? No Helmet, so I'm going to assume Boots. Zapdos. Offensive would have done 50%. 41 to 49%. That looks super defensive. Very, very, very defensive there. I'm assuming most of his Pokemon are going to have Boots in this game. Maybe besides Ursaluna, which is why I want that Spike up. I could see a Thunder Wave happening or a Volt Switch. We're going to make the... I'll make the Heatran play. I was thinking about going Electrode there, but... really bulky. Like, that's almost max defense, Zap. Or at least like 120 or something. So that we do see a Roost. Roost. I'm assuming a Thunder Wave is going to come out, but I'm still going to go for Stealth Rock of my own. Yep, there's a T-Wave. Because again, if he doesn't have Boots on his own, then these are here to stay. Let's see if I move. I do end up moving. Perfect. Okay, cool. So Roost, T-Wave. If I get a bit of chip on this, I can 2-hit KO with Thunderbolt later. We're going to throw off a Magma Storm here. See how they want to react to this. Discharge isn't going to do much to me anyway. They do switch. Maybe Ursaluna. Could be the Dunsparce. I wouldn't mind Hoopa. Bear with me is Ursaluna. We don't see boots on Ursaluna. Perfect. So that is going to be really nice. Let's see if I break through. I managed to break through and also land my Magma Storm. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we get Ursaluna to about 50%. No, it's leftovers. Ooh, lefties, Ursaluna. Leftovers. So my dog looks really strong in this game, obviously. I'm going to make the Annihilate play because I can Encore them just in case. 50% maybe. Just in case they want SD or Body Slam. I can see a player of 2 obviously, but they end up going for Bulk Up. Perfect. Bulk Up. Could be Bulk Up plus Protect. That I don't mind. Again, I kind of figured that, which is why I wanted to go for the Encore here. So hit him with an Encore. Again, we might see Bulk Up plus Protect. He could end up going Zapdos. I do not mind either way. Basically, we already have Ursaluna nice and low. And I do have Heavy Slam for Hoopa, which I'm assuming is Assault Vest in this regard. So I'll end up seeing what happens here. I could see the Dunsparce coming out. Again, we don't know if the Dunsparce is running boots or not. But it being paralyzed is really nice. This could be really Fizz-Def as well, Bulk Up. Because in mocks I saw some people trying to 1v1 Ape with it, and it worked. Anyway, we get the Encore off. Beautiful. So they're locking the Bulk Up. And then what I can do is go with Hisuian Electrode. Very strong in this game. Also, we kind of want to start boosting my Rage Fist now that we know it's a pretty defensive Zapdos, which I expect to come out this turn. So Zapdos should come out this turn. Zapdos should come out this turn. Because I could go Electrode. But they could also go Scream Tail too. Do I want to go Electrode or do I want to go Lycan? I'll go Electrode. I know Zapdos is going to come out, but I get Volt Switch damage potentially. But also, this is just super strong into them. Because it's something they can't really defend against. Also, looks like my opponent didn't end up bringing hazards. So yeah, they switched. I'm assuming Zapdos, like I said. Strike twice, there's Zapdos. Yeah, I could have went, like I said, I could have went Lycanroc, but that's more of an endgame mon that we want to try and sweep with. And we are just going to immediately Volt Switch here. They do switch. Maybe Hoopa might come out. I don't think Ursaluna would ever come out. The Dunsparce or Hoopa. Yeah, you're the done for. Let's see if this thing is running boots. It is most definitely running the boots. Boots. What I'm going to do is go Lycanroc just to force the Terra. That way my Electro becomes a giant threat versus them. Because they are paralyzed. I'm going to double out into my Electrode here just in case they want to go for Glare and Terrasilize as well. Because Lycanroc will be able to knock this thing out if it's banded. So I'm trying to force that Terra into a water type. Or fly, well, water would make the most sense here. Because Bandit would easily knock them out. Life Orb also knocks them out. So they have to Terra if they stay in. They get paralyzed, unfortunately. I have no idea what they went for, which sucks. You would have died to close combat. So it's good to know that Emvee would have thrown that away, though. Like, CC easily killed. Easily. Again, we don't get to see what they would have gone for there. Really unfortunate, but is what it is. Gonna make the Samurott play here. Cresselia not being paralyzed is very good, by the way. I definitely got lucky. There's an Ice Beam. Glare, Roost, Ice Beam. Glare, Roost, Ice Beam. Gonna go for Encore just to keep it into Ice Beam potentially. They do switch, but that's fine for Electrode. Electrode does knock it out now with Leaf Storm. Meow time. Do we see hazards on Meow? It is running Boots. Okay. So this is an interesting situation. Because I don't want them to low kick into Heatran because Heatran's really good in this game. But knowing that Meow's running Boots means that Lycanroc at +2. Meow. I'm gonna say, what, 120 HP EV, something like that. Lycanroc at +2 does kill always anyway. I can see a knockoff coming out here. I'm gonna go for the Aerial Ace. Yep, they go for knockoff. Becoming a dark type, which is fine. Let's see if I get full paralyze here, because I just want the chip if they become a fighter. I get a crit there, that's okay. Knock off my Focus Sash, they know that. I do end up breaking through though, and I get some beautiful damage off on Meowscarada. Perfect. He could low kick now if he wants to. I don't think you knock again. I'm going to go Heatran just to scout intentions. Because again, if they want to go for U-turn or Flower Chirp, I'm in a good spot. Also, I'm just looking super good with my 1-Mine. So let's see if it knocks again. Yep, there's the Flower Chirp. Cool. Now you could definitely knock again. I'm looking really good with Warmite though. And again, I want to scout intentions. So low kick or knock. I don't want my Electrode getting U-turned on, though they could get static, and it's not stab. I'm a scout. Because I can easily go out into my Electrode next and do some damage. So let's see. I'm a scout for it. Low kick, knock. Perfect. Meow. Low kick. Knock. I didn't say low kick. I'm sorry. I saw Flower Trick. Alright. We'll just go for an Aqua Cutter here. And it's Brick Break. Brick Break. Okay. So, in terms of what I want to do here, I think I bring out Electrode now. Maybe they don't have U-turn. Or maybe they don't have Sucker Punch. But Electrode is very strong. Electrode is super strong right now. Into them. Volt Switch does a good chunk. Thunderbolt actually picks up the KO. Which is why I'm going to Volt. Yeah, I don't think you can give up Meow time. I think you're going to sack the Dunsparce. Yep. Makes sense. You do a ton of damage there. How do I want to punish this? I think I bring out my... Cresselia Psychic seems the best, but no, Ape doesn't let Hoopa coming in for free. So we go Ape here. Because Ape does knock it out with Drain Punch. I believe even if they Terra Fly... I mean, Terra Fly right now, just a Glare would be wild. But I mean, it could be it. But I think they want to Terra their Hoopa. So I'm a Drain Punch. They could go Zapdos. He switches out. I'm assuming Zapdos is going to come out. Again, I can't be static because of my ability, so that's great. Every bit of chip on Zapdos is going to matter a lot, by the way. Perfect. Little bit of chip goes a long way, you know? And that's a free Heatran. That is a free Heatran. We need Heatran alive, which is why we don't want it to get knocked by Meow, but at the same time, because we have Heavy Slam, right? As long as we can Thunder Wave Screamtail, which we will be able to, we'll be in a good spot. So yeah, I'm not too worried about Ursaluna. I switch first. Let's see if Emvee ends up switching, because if he does, that means I'll be faster, and that actually matters a ton. Alright, discharges. Does absolutely nothing. Does absolutely nothing. I want to be in versus with Electrode, I think, versus like when I get a kill. But I think it's okay to Magma Storm once. Because if he sacks the Dunsparce, if I land, I'm assuming it's Glare, Roost, Ice Beam, EQ. Okay, Ursaluna comes out. I mean, I would have to land 2 in a row. Let's see if that actually is possible. But if it is, that'd be great. I do get paralyzed. It's bound to happen. We do get to boost my Rage Fist now on Annihilate, most likely. We get to boost my Rage Fist on Annihilate, most likely. And we're looking still very good in this position with Lycanroc. Right. We'll bring out Ape here. They could Shadow Claw. Obviously, Cresselia makes sense for me to bring out, so I can see an Earthquake too. He goes for Rest. Rest, bulk up. Rest. Interesting. Okay. So, Rest, bulk up. Gonna Drain Punch. Yep, okay. I got the play right, perfect. I get some beautiful damage there. He might even be boosting me this turn. I don't think he can Encore Sleep Talk, right? Does that not work? Rest. Alright, he pulls a Rest there, which is actually really big because now he can't afford to stay in. I'm assuming he's going to switch, but there's not a point in me trying to call it, you know? Do I have a safe double? No. I want to force a Roost. I think I'm going to Stone Edge once. Because I think he's going to go Zapdos. I want to force a Roost. That way I can get in Lycanroc. Try twice. Yep. There's Zapdos. Roost T-Wave Discharge. We do end up landing. It does a ton of damage. He's going to Roost here for sure. I'm going to go Lycanroc. I'm going to make the aggressive Lycanroc play. I do have Healing Wish at the end of the day, which I can use on Lycanroc, but I'm going to make the aggressive Lycanroc play. Because breaking Zapdos obviously opens up Annihilate. So, yep, there's the Roost. Okay. I can Stone Edge and get a kill. Or I can Swords Dance and kill something too. Because if he gives me this, he's screwed. Honestly, I don't think I have to Swords Dance yet. I'm just going to Stone Edge. Because he might try and play aggressively here and Thunder Wave. Like, I don't think I have to just because we don't know the Scream Tail set yet. Alright, there's the Dunsparce sack. That's, I think the second Roost by that. 2. Alright, so the Dunsparce is gone. And now Meow gets to come out and Flower Trick or Knock Off. So I do have to be careful around Meow. Obviously. Like, if I SD'd there, I don't have to be careful around Meow. Maybe SDing was the play. Now I think about it, but I'm not sure. Again, we have to force Zapdos. We have to force Progress versus Zapdos, and I think Electrode is going to be the mon to do that. Because Hurricane doesn't even kill Electrode. Well, his Thunderbolt does a nice chunk. Scream Tail could come out, but I Thunder Wave that. I'm really surprised he stayed in with the Dunsparce earlier. Obviously, again, I got the full pair on him, so I have no idea what he went for. But I'm assuming Meowscarada comes out now. It's Brick Break, Knockoff. GG, it's Emvee. That's Hoopa. Huh. Alright, I guess it's what? Scarf, maybe? It has to be, right? Hoopa. Otherwise, why the hell would this come out? It has to be Scarf. A Sunrock does a ton. But again, I'm assuming it's Scarf. Why else would this come out? I'm just going to bring out my Heatran then. Like, it literally has to be. Maybe it's Terra Ghost Scarf, too. Scarf Modest. Shadow Ball does a lot. Shadow Ball. Terra Ghost. Damn near half. Heavy Slam does a ton, too, though. This is going to be close, man. This Mon is a threat. This is going to be hella close. Hoopa Coming's out wild, because I could have Sucker Punch, too. Alright, there's a Terra. Is it Terra Fairy? Or Terra Ghost? It is Ghost. I'm going to assume it's Scarf, then. This is going to do a good chunk. No Spit F drop is really, really good. No Spit F drop is really, really good there. Heavy Slam does a lot. If I can manage to break through, Heavy Slam will do a lot. And I need Heavy Slam damage off, so I'm going for it. Come on, bud. I need you. Come on, Heatran. Thank you. Perfect. Alright, so I get in range of hazards, which is nice. It's going to come down to some Thunder Wave shenanigans, I think. Because I do want this Mon alive, right? But it's hard to keep it alive. Because it can obviously get cooked by Meowscarada as well. I think I just Magma Storm here. I don't have a switch, so... Yeah, I'm going to assume that thing was Scarf. Good job, Heatran, breaking through. I definitely need a Heatran. It's a good... It's my pivot into like Zap and stuff, but I have options. Like versus Meow, for instance, getting Rocky Helmet Chip makes a big difference. Yeah, I go Lycanroc for sure. All right, so hazards will deal with this, so they're probably gonna stay in. Good call on Scarf Hoopa. I like that a lot. Very good call. Ursaluna, I'm not that worried about. It's Meow that's the big problem, right? It's Meow that's the problem. I guess technically Screamtail too, depending on the set. Alright, so Hoopa goes down. I need Lycanroc alive always, because Lycanroc will kill Zapdos. It gets a kill if it comes in later on Zap. Oh, okay, I know what I want to do. Electrode versus Meowscarada. Knock off this 60 to 71, but I have a chance of static, which I think is what I go for. And Sucker after does not kill me if I Terra Fairy and hit him. Okay. So yeah, this is where we bring out Electrode. And we go for static. Knockoff cannot kill me. It does a lot. Does a good chunk, 60 to 71. And they would also have to have knockoff Flower Trick, Brick Break. They would also have to have Sucker as well. Like, they don't have to have it, but like they would have to have Sucker to actually do it to me. All right, let's go. There's a knock. And I get the static. Very important turn from Electrode right there. Very important turn from Electrode. We always Terra, because I have to. And we Terra Blast, which will allow us to live Sucker Punch. Most it could do is 77. Yeah, we Terra Blast. He could go for Sucker here. Again, it being basically paralyzed is amazing for Ape, because Ape will be faster. My dog will be faster now. It's really going to come down to... Okay, and we end up knocking out Meowscarada here too. Perfect. Sucker Punch will not kill me. If they go for it. It really also comes down to what the Screamtail set is, and I'm worried about that endgame Combine or whatever the hell it is. They do get paralyzed there. Again, Sucker Punch did not kill me, but he did have a chance of critting. So that was pretty big. But yeah, he knocked out Meowscarada. Again, having that chance of critting was really big. We don't know the Screamtail set yet. I may have to go hard into Annihilate. I may have to Volt Switch hard into Annihilate. Yep, there's the Puff. It does take hazards. Is it going to be Booster? Is it going to be Booster? It's not Booster, which means I will be faster unless it's Scarf. We're going to Volt. Again, I have to go hard into Annihilate here on this Pokemon. Like, now that we know it could be set up, I have to go hard. It could also be Combine Store Power. They go for Combine. Okay. Combine. It's Leftovers Combine, so it's not Chesto. Let me just check my stats. Because it might be better just to Rage Fist, to be honest. Screamtail. +1 Dazzling Gleam. I think it might be better just to Rage Fist because they can't Combine enough. So I'm going to Rage Fist. If they hit me, because I'll live. I live that. They go for a Combine. My Rage Fist is going to do 37 to 45 if they're like a really, really like HP invested set. Okay, beautiful damage. That's good for a Cellarrock for sure. That's good for a Cellarrock for sure. Because I'm Adamant, so Adamant Cellarrock goes crazy. Alright, we're going to go for Rage Fist again. They go for Stored Power. This is +4. Ape lives, and I knock out Screamtail. Ape lives, and I knock out Screamtail. And then, it's going to come down to Stone Edge with Zapdos, I think. Right? Strike twice, because I Zapdos. I have multiple chances to get Zapdos stuff off, though, because I can always Healing Wish, so. We should go for Rage Fist here. They go for Rage Fist. They are Thunder Waving. They're faster. Makes sense. Makes sense. We get a nice, beautiful Rage Fist off. This is 100 base power and boosted. Did a good chunk. Lycanroc. Zapdos, OU defensive. Stone Edge will always kill even. It's not max, but worst case scenario would be max. We should go for Drain Punch here, just in case they go Ursaluna. None of this, these are all just formalities, right? Basically, I have to land a Stone Edge. If I land Stone Edge, I win. And I'm the PPL champion. These are all just formalities. If I land Stone Edge, I'm the PPL champion. And we're always Drain Punching because we don't want them to switch out into Ursaluna, ever. There's a Discharge. I live on 1, which is crazy. And I get a huge hit off there. I'm actually going to Rage Fist off, Rage Fist now. Actually, I Encore. I for sure Encore. Okay. They Discharge. So a Cellarrock does kill. A Cellarrock does kill. And if I get static, I go hard Electrode, and I click Leaf Storm. A Cellarrock kills, but has a 30% chance to paralyze me because of static. Stone Edge has an 80% chance to land, so 20 better than. We're gonna go for Stone Edge. I do land. I believe I'm the PPL champion. I believe I'm the PPL champion. That should be it. Ain't no way, and I'm so glad I went more speed on this guy. I'm so glad I went more. That should be it. It's only Ursaluna left. It's only Ursaluna left. I love that. You know, obviously he played Status versus me, but obviously I played Status back the exact same way with Flame Body and thing. Oh, Static basically. Like, obviously, Static could have made a difference there. But we CC here. Ursaluna's asleep. And that, my friends, makes me the PPL Pokemon Draft League champion. I made it to semis in the BBR, and we have won the PPL. It has been years since I have won a Wi-Fi Pokemon Draft League. I thank you, everybody, for all the support so far. Like, thank you. Seriously, it means so much. I'm so happy. Also, like, the last time I think I won a draft, like, I've been in finals a bunch of times, but the last time I won a draft league was, I don't know, man. I was a kid. Like, I wasn't a kid, but, like, I was younger. But, yeah. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. We have won the PPL Pokemon Draft League. Guys, please subscribe to my boy Emvee. I'm about to do an interview with him. Please subscribe to my boy Emvee. Please, please, please. His channel link is down below. Please subscribe to him. Seriously, please subscribe to my boy. I cannot stress, like, you know, one of the biggest joys of being able to do Pokemon is that my friends can do it with me, right? And even though this isn't his full-time job, it's my full-time, but it's not his full-time. Like, it's so awesome that he's still able to upload and do his thing, and it means so much that you guys watch us. And we obviously, he's gonna be in the next draft league. I mean, obviously, that's my boy. He's coming with every draft league with me. Sorry, I was ripping up the paper because I don't need those stats no more. I won. Oh, whew. I'm gonna be happy tonight, man. That's crazy. Obviously, I got a bunch of pairs. Yeah, I went for Thunder Wave, and I threw a static chance at Meowscarlet. So, I mean, I did what I had to do. Also, one more thing. To everybody who doubted my draft team because I didn't have a spinner. Sorry I didn't grab Kamala or Lurantis or, what else? Oricorio. Oricorio's a good mon, but it can't Terra in this. So, what else has Defog in this? Oh, my bad for not grabbing an Altaria. Altaria might have been decent. Or a Drifblim. Or a Dartrix. Or a Corvisquire. But I truly believe that in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the more offensive you play, especially because I had Samurai, right, to get up spikes. But, like, I truly believe you do not need to draft Hazard Control. If you can obviously get Quackleval, like Emvee did, or Great Tusk, like Shuckle King, or Iron Treads, like Uzi Gunner / Kelly had, or obviously Corviknight as well, like Pokemon like that, then yeah, you'll have Hazard Control. But if you play aggressively, if you play offensively, you can definitely, if you use Thunder Wave and Flame Body enough and Static, you can definitely put yourself in a position to win despite all that. I knew my team was amazing. And to all the people who doubted my lower tier captains, when Delphox and Electrode literally carried me throughout this season. Delphox would have been the perfect draft if it only hit, I'm still on the damn overheats, but if it hit the overheats week 3, Delphox would have literally had the perfect season. That mon's been carrying forever. Electrode has been absolutely fantastic. Again, remember, I EV'd my Electrode. I lived that Sucker Punch 100%. When I Terra Fairy'd, I have HP and defense investment, so I was going to live that Sucker Punch. But yeah, that was just... thank you so much to everybody who helped me prep as well. I said in the beginning, but Dylan and Zazo, you guys are the GOATs. Just for the entire season. Obviously, the other people I said helped me just for the finals. But Dylan, Zazo, Tone, OG Albina, Amo, I know you didn't help me during finals because Amo was helping me and Emvee. And, like, the thing is, Amo was the dude I played 30 mocks a week with. Like, I really wanted to do. That's why I haven't started Road Top 10 or doing anything, because I'm trying to do really well in the thing I'm in. So I played like 30 mocks plus a week, and Amo was always there like, yo, I got you. I was like, yo, can you mock? Yeah, I got you. And he'd bring like 5 different teams, 10 different teams, try out things. And, you know, he's also part of the reason I got this far. Zazo, you GOAT. Dylan, you GOAT. Tone, OG Albino, you guys are the greatest. Emvee obviously helped me a ton too, but not in finals. Olivia, thank you so much for getting all the... you know, the sprites and everything for me. You obviously have been amazing. Everybody who's helped me throughout just the season in general, test at times as well. I appreciate you. I truly do. I'm so happy to finally win another draft league. And I feel bad because this is Emvee wants to win a Wi-Fi draft league so badly. And honestly, if I had lost, I would not have wanted it to be to anybody else but him. Maybe Mephisto as well. But, like, I wouldn't have minded either or. But I'm very happy that the prep came through. Samurai, good job hitting everything. Maybe I should have went for Aqua Cutter versus Meowscarlet. I expected low kick, though. No, so Aqua Cutter was the better mid-ground. I threw versus Meowscarlet. Not threw, but I made a misplay. I shouldn't have clicked Aerial Ace. I should have clicked Aqua Cutter. Because it's a better mid-ground, and it gets 1,000,000,000% off, and it actually puts Meowscarlet in range of Accelerock unboosted. Like, so it was a misplay on my part. But I loved my team. I loved every single one on my draft. They were all the GOATs. It's really crazy because Dragonite was amazing in the beginning, and I haven't brought Dragonite in weeks. And one of the mons, and I'll talk about Emvee because we're gonna get an interview. But one of the mons, I'm sorry, you're getting the me because you're gonna get the me. Hey, don't freaking snooze on me, Switch. One of the mons that I did think about bringing was Lead Dragonite, and I'll talk with Emvee about it. But obviously, I didn't end up doing that. But yeah, thank you everybody. I'm gonna hit up Emvee so we can do an interview. It has been a fantastic season. Please stay tuned for more. I am loving the revival of draft. As long as y'all keep watching, leaving likes, subscribing, all that stuff. It goes along. It really just like motivates me to want to do this and work hard. It's the reason that I didn't do a road to top 10 this year, because I was so focused on growing the draft scene, which I feel like we've been doing, which is great, and we're gonna be doing it more and more and more. But I was so focused on just doing my best as well, and yeah. So I appreciate everybody. Anyway, I'm gonna hit up Emvee for an interview, and I'll see you guys in a sec. So here I am with my boy Emvee, and we're here to talk about the matchup. Please, like I said in the video a billion times, please subscribe to Emvee. Incredible content, and I will straight up tell you once again, we will be doing another draft league together, and Emvee is going to obviously be playing with us. Emvee, you want to talk to the people?
Hello, it is the plot armor, of course, where I make finals and don't win.
Hey man, it was 50-50 on plot armor. How many finals have I made as well and not won?
That's true too. That's true.
Yeah.
But no, this was an incredibly tough game. I think with the team that I brought and the team that you brought, I feel like, I don't know, dude. I changed up so many things, so many different times, and for this one, I think I felt a little bit underprepared for Lycanroc. Even though there was plenty of times where, like, I was out of range of Lycanroc to Stellarock. With Meow and stuff like that, but of course, it's tough when you see the yellow color. I would know, as I've distributed quite a bit myself.
Dude, bro, not to cut you off, but I literally told Zazo and Dylan, I was like, listen, this guy's bringing Glare, Static, and Thunderwave versus me. I do not care. We're bringing it back.
And yours worked too, because obviously you have the plot armor, like versus me, right? Always mono luck versus give me fortune. I'm always the one that's asking for fortune, and Joey's always the one producing mono luck.
I will say, if this was a best of 3, I think you would win 2-1. I think you.
That's what happened in the
finals,
the speed draft.
Yeah, the speed draft as well, because I can win one game. I can get one game, but like, so you didn't like this matchup, right? I didn't like this matchup either. From my side, I hated this matchup. Like, I was doing a bunch of tests, and I told you, I just kept losing for 4 days straight, and I was getting fed up. And
it was the exact same with me, bro. Like, literally, I was testing, and I kept losing and losing and losing. Then I started changing things to win, and then Emil would change one thing, and then I started losing and losing and losing all over again. And this was, I think that on both sides it's tough, because I think both of our teams we're so well rounded. That's why we're both in the finals, right?
Yeah.
We both made it to the finals pretty much because of how our teams got us there, for the most part, right?
Yeah, no,
our teams are just really well-rounded teams. I think the one tough thing about your team versus my team is that your team actually has really easy ways of setting up hazards and preventing me from removing them, because I don't carry a defog. I don't have any defoggers on my team, right? And you can always spin block with Annihilate.
And Defiant on defog too.
And Define on defect, exactly. And I think one of the toughest, because I was using Quacklevolt quite a bit, but then switched it last second for Ursaluna because, well, first of all, Ursaluna was the first pick, and I wanted to bring that for the very final match. And Quacklevolt's been doing great, but Quacklevolt into you was tough. The reason was because, first of all, you have the Hisuian Electrode, you have Cress, you have Galarian Slowbro, which can be really bulky and tank hits. You have Terra on Delphox. Yep. And, bro, like Quacklevolt, can I tell you one of the sets I was going to bring versus you?
Please, because I'm dying to tell you some of my sets I wanted to bring versus you too.
Okay, let's do a little exchange. You know, I uploaded a video today, Big Nugget.
When I saw that video, bro, I was like, is he going to do this versus? I literally thought. Were you actually thinking about doing that? Because I heard you talk. I heard you talking about, like, I watched the video. I didn't leave a comment because I didn't want to make you aware that I was supporting you, I guess.
Yeah.
So no, I didn't want you to know that I knew that I knew.
Okay.
But I got to the part where you were talking about the matchup versus me. You're like, you have to keep prepping, and I was like, this Sly dude, something's happening. I know him. This tough thing's about to happen.
It was on the team for the longest time, but then when I switched to Ursaluna, I started winning games consistently because I was bulk up, rest talk, Shadow Claw, Mono Shadow Claw,
I see that.
and it was doing really really well. But Encore and Ally was a good call, and even I faced Encore and Ally, but like I felt it didn't really do much in the mocks that I had versus Ursaluna because I just switch out and come back in later and not static cube. But Punchy Glove is a really good call. But yeah, so basically I had Quacklevolt initially, Swords Dance, Aqua Step, Acrobatics, and Fling with Big Nugget.
That would have been so sick. How much did that do to Crest?
Almost 100.
And
to Fizz Def.
Oh my god, and it's max obviously slow, bro. If it was almost 100, that's
What was your EV spread on this again? It was
max,
yeah,
the
Fizz Def,
252,
right?
252, yeah.
Yeah, so you would have lived because I didn't carry rocks. So I was tempted to bring rocks plus Fling, but then I was like, okay, if you're Colbur, that could suck.
Which could obviously be a thing because Meowscarada.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Yeah, it was tough because like it just was just shy of the KO. I needed rocks, but then it came to the Dunsparce, right? So then my thought process was, okay, the Dunsparce, I need Ice Beam, I need Earth Power because I was losing initially to Dragonite, Dragon Dance with 3 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So Dragonite was a huge threat, and so that's why I ran Fizz Def on the Dunsparce.
Yes.
And so I had Ice Beam, Earth Power, and then I was like, okay, so now I need Roost because I need to keep myself healthy. And it's either between Stealth Frost or Glare. Now I'm like, Glare has been kind of fun, has been kind of nice in the mocks and stuff. I would be paralyzing everything, and it was going my way. Here, unfortunately, not as much, but...
Yeah, I broke through when I needed to. Like, it was
exactly.
really, really big.
Exactly.
You know, speaking of the Dunsparce, the set that scared me the most that I fought, and also for the longest time I thought it had Terra Fairy for whatever. It was a long week, man. I thought it had Terra Fairy. So the one set that was messing me up was Coil, Dragon Tail, Earthquake, Roost. Now Rocky Helmet Crest can sit on. That's why actually I was side shot.
That was initially a set that I had on my team. Initially was it was not Earthquake, but it was Coil, Glare, Roost, Dragon Tail.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're evil. Yeah. So like that's part of why I put Thunderwave plus Psychic on Crest. Originally I had Psyshock, Moonblast, Moonlight, Lunar Dance. Crest's only role was to check Quavo. And then check Ursaluna if it's AV, and then just Lunar Dance my team, basically, so I can afford to play. Like, let's say I missed Stone Edge and you Thunder Wave me there. I just go Crest and then Lunar Dance immediately, and then try again, you know? And also knowing now that your Ursaluna doesn't have Earthquake, I'd obviously still be able to go for CC there. But it's also another reason why, like, we have Electrode with Terra Fairy on it. Put a lot of HP and defense as well. Like, it lived Adamant Close Combat from Quacklevolt and things like that. And also, just to go back to what you said before, you wanted to bring Ursaluna because of your first pick. Same reason why Focus Sash Samurai was the first week as well. Same, like basically the same set.
First pick, yeah, just like kind of a tribute to the very first one that we picked in our drafts.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's kind of poetic, right, that you would win this finals because I took Ursaluna from you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. So.
Yes. And I mean with Heatran because I did take Heatran from you, and.
Yeah, you did.
Technically,
and that's why I was really hoping that you were gonna get parried.
Yeah, good hope, very good hope.
Dude, it's like I'm thinking about it now. And it's like if that Heatran got parried and Hoopa was still there, like because the Celerock doesn't even
kill.
2 KO. Yeah. And like if I dang, because like you only had Cress, Annihilate, which I OHKO with Terra Ghost Shadow Ball because I'm modest. I think I do.
Yeah,
Lycanroc gets OHKO'd.
You damn near OHKO if anything. I'm faster with Electrode than this EV spread, but it would still be insanely tough, right? Like
true.
And,
I forgot Electrode was still
yeah,
alive, right?
It's crazy though because Heatran in the beginning of the season wasn't doing crap for me, and then I started running Flame Body and like support, and then the Mon just started like being a Heatran, you know, like what you'd expect from the Mon. And, draft from there. I want to show you a really cool set that I thought that worked twice in mocks, but I couldn't bring myself to bring it. So
show me.
So you were always bringing Meowscarada, right? You were always bringing Meowscarada no matter what. Like it's too good versus my team. So I was gonna bring Anger Point, Salicberry, Crocodile to live the flower trick, get +6 attack, get into speed, and then sweep your team because this thing wins. This thing 6-0s. Like, it literally But the only problem is, people in mocks started bringing Fortress. I'm like, he's not going to bring this piece of trash versus me in finals. But after, you know, the 6th Fortress I fought, It's like, all right, fine. I can't bring this. I remember I told you earlier in the week I'm bringing some heat. This was literally on my team. Like the team had 6 members that you click Fire Trip versus on purpose, because you could technically run Aqua Jet on Quackable, but it's really hard versus me, I think, because you need Ice Spinner for Dragonite, you need Aqua Step, and then you need your fighting move as well, right? And you probably want, if you bring Quackable, you might want Rapid Spin, or you go Swords Dance offensive, right? So I think it's very hard to bring Aqua Jet despite having a Crocodile and Lycanroc. I think it's very hard to bring it. So I was so tempted to bring this for the longest time, but then I kept losing to people setting up rocks and hazards, and then people started disrespecting me and setting up T-Spikes. I'm like, he's not gonna. I have a Slowbro. Like he's not gonna. First off, he's not gonna risk a slot on Fortress if he even.
Emil told me to bring T-Spikes initially, but I'm like, no, he has a Slowbro.
Yeah, I literally. And Slowbro was on the team because I was gonna use Iron Defense Body Press Slowbro, like Iron Defense Body Press. Oh, also I had a Nasty Plot Mental Herb version as well because with Trick Room, I wanted to bring Trick Room to the Trick House for the longest time. But like,
oh man, if you brought that, I would have won.
Actually, you would have. That's the rule. It wouldn't have worked.
I actually, part of me thought that you were gonna bring Trick Room to the Trick House just to do it and just to say like I beat Emvee with Trick Room, because you were like telling me like some stuff about like whatever team I'm bringing, there's like heat on it and stuff like that. It's gonna be crazy. Like I don't know if it's gonna work, but
Dude, I mean, it literally was. Like I also had like Agility Nasty Plot, Delphox, and I had a lead Lumberry and Weakness Policy Dragonite. That's just Dragon Dances up and gets a kill.
Oh yeah.
Which would have been pretty crazy in this game, admittedly.
It actually would have, because I would have glared first.
Yeah. I mean, versus the Dun, I would have switched out. But like, in general, it's like a cool. Like I fought so many things, and like going into this game before we went up, today I was like walking around my house, and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna bulk up Stomping Tantrum versus me. It doesn't kill Heatran, so you better get that Flame Body, for Screamtail, right? Like when you had it in the back, I was like, crap. Is he going to do that, or is he going to store power? Because I fought both. And I thought store power was better overall versus me, because it actually lets you overwhelm most of my mons. Whereas Stomping Tantrum, one can activate Flame Body, so it could be bad. Plus, you'd have to use Play Rough as well. And I feel like in finals specifically, like if you look at your entire team, your entire team has only Hurricane, which is the move you're forced to bring, right? But you're forced because of Annihilate. But only Hurricane can miss. Like I'm thinking, like he's not going to go Play Rough. Especially because me and you did a lot of mocks throughout the season, and that set was never that great when we did it. So I just had to bite the bullet, and I was like, I pray he doesn't bring this crap versus me.
Yeah, so I'll tell you the evolution of my Screamtail sets. So it started off as a Stealth Rock T-Wave set. It was going to be a lead, and it had Play Rough and Stomping Tantrum. So that was the first iteration of Screamtail.
With Stealth Rock, right? With Stealth Rock?
Stealth Rock, yep.
Yeah,
Stealth Rock,
I fought that too. Literally
cool.
Same thing.
Then it became Bulk Up Resto Chesto with Play Rough and Stomping Tantrum.
Ooh.
So it became that set. But that set was okay. I think it didn't have as much success as Sub CM Stored Power Dazzling Gleam, because that set would overwhelm much quicker.
It also literally wins if I don't bring what's it called, Heavy Slam as well, that set just wins. Like I literally lost to that set.
No, I'm really impressed that you brought Heavy Slam, because that was like a last minute. Like Emil was like, oh, he might bring Heavy Slam. I'm like, yeah, you had to counter this set, but what do you expect this set? I've literally never brought half the sets on the team that I brought this week.
Yeah.
No, I never brought any of those sets. So I'm actually like impressed that you foresaw something like that. But I guess I assume if you're testing that would happen.
Well, I just kept losing, dude. I kept losing. I told you I lost for 4 days straight, bro. And I was like, because originally the Heatran set on this team was Stealth Rock, Magma Storm, Taunt, Protect. But I was like, people bring their Hoopas. I'm losing to Screamtail. I'm getting no progress. So I literally was like, yo, I'm gonna bite the bullet. I actually had a lot more speed too. I was talking with Dylan. I was like, listen, I'm going to bite the bullet. I don't care about outspeeding Jolly Ursaluna. My Heatran should never be in versus that Pokemon anyway. That Pokemon should come in on me, and then I switch. I'm going to go Spadef more Spadef than what it had initially, which actually mattered, by the way, because I had only 120 Spadef EVs initially. Your Shadow Ball would have 2-hit KO'd me, but obviously now I had 184, and I'm like, I'm just going to go Heavy Slam because it's so freaking strong. Like, it's so strong. It 2-hit KOs all Hoopa, and it, like, smashes defensive thing. But go on, sorry.
Yeah. So exactly. And yeah, because I was having so much trouble with specific sets that I thought you were gonna bring, and then I also had a different Quackable set. The set that I had actually didn't even have Ice Spitter initially. I had a Spadef Bulk Up Quackable
Ooh.
with Aqua Step,
Okay.
Roost, and Encore.
Oh, I love it because it forces Dragonite. Oh, speaking of Dragonite, that set in particular just reminded me. I had a Choice Specs Modest Dragonite.
I know.
So the inside joke that me and Emvee, I'm not inside, I talk about it on stream, but the thing with Emvee is that nobody ever brings it versus his team, or nobody brought it versus his team in the season, but I noticed, yeah, I noticed that Specs flying moves, obviously Hurricane is a 70% chance to hit. It doesn't feel like it in the actual game, but I noticed his team really doesn't appreciate it. And like even if you bring Zapdos, which was definitely coming in this game for sure, like it's a mon that if it's running Rocky Helmet gets 2-hit KO'd. I still have Ice Beam as well, which can knock it out. So like it's a thing he doesn't appreciate. So I was so tempted to bring it. I just couldn't figure out. I had so many ideas, and we just couldn't figure out what the hell worked. I really, really wanted to bring that Crook versus you, dude. But I was just, when you play a bunch of draft people and they shut you down in a row.
That's what happens, bro. That's what happens.
Which is
that's tough, man. But dude, I wanted to win this so bad, but unfortunate.
I mean, I said
I
it to
wanted to
them.
break that curse.
I wouldn't have. Obviously, I wouldn't have minded if you won, right? Like, regardless.
I mean, I don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't mind you winning either.
No, I
this
mean,
is
I
like
know,
an ideal finals, right?
No,
Ideal finals is the two
one
of us.
One of us, yeah, because we at the end of the day, my friend made it, I made it. If you won, go. Like, very, 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 very happy. If I won, awesome. Very, very, very happy. Obviously,
Exactly.
but I mean, obviously, there's always the next draft league that we're gonna be in.
Oh, some of the other Ursaluna sets I was gonna bring.
Oh, please tell.
Bulk Up. I was actually gonna do Bulk Up Trailblaze.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, I was gonna do that because I remember watching the semifinals for years, and they're like, I hope they don't have Trailblaze. I hope they don't have Trailblaze, and then Rock Tomb. I was gonna bring Trailblaze, and that was initially what I was gonna bring. So it would so in mocks it would trade one for one with Cress because most of the time it was Rocky Helmet.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, like this is too good to be true. If like you're gonna keep bringing Rocky Helmet, then I switched to like the Fling Quackable set or whatever on the other side, and then I'm like, oh, but what if it's Cold Burst? And I psych myself out. I think the Fling Quackable with Big Nugget would have been cool.
That would have been, dude. It would have been really good here too.
Yeah.
No joke, it would have been amazing in this game. I can't even like front. It would have been, that'd be nasty. It's like, it's really hard to trust your gut though, because I mean, if we didn't do mocks, I'm sure we'd bring whatever, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Mocks are tried and true, right? There's a reason we both made it to finals, right? They're tried and true. We test enough. We do things. And I'm sure at the end of the day, you and Amo exchange. Let's just hope he doesn't bring the right sets, type of thing, like we do every single week.
At the very end, Amo was like, "Oh, just hope you don't get. You should maybe you could try Covert Cloak on Ursaluna. So hope you don't get frozen." Immediately, right in the mock that we just did, right after that, I didn't put Covert Cloak. He froze me turn 1. And then another time, I was like, "Oh, like hope he doesn't miss or whatever." I don't know, something like that, or get parrot or whatever. He basically just brought every fear of mine to life when we tested. So shout outs to him. But no, he was great in terms of testing and stuff. He did really well.
He's the greatest. He's the great. Like honestly, like
no, for sure. Like he makes a lot of good, like a lot of time to help test. So it helped throughout the season. You and him both were like the two that
I mean, obviously,
made me feel pretty good about my
obviously,
team.
I'm gonna mock with you, dude. Like, I'm not gonna be alone in this. We
100%,
can't all
100%.
be Mephisto making his team 10 minutes before the game and praying.
This is crazy. I know.
And praying that we win.
I know. Oh, but like looking at some of the other sets here, initially I had a Charty Berry Zapdos.
Ooh, I had a feeling that might come. But like I felt like that would be in my favor because I was.
It would be in your
gonna bait
favor
with-
because I had to switch into rocks every single time.
Yeah,
And,
literally,
I did a last minute change to boots. So then I also tried a Curse Rest Gudra with Dragon Tail.
Oh, I felt that too. How? What?
Did you? Oh.
Yeah. What made you stop using that? That's actually why I have double encore. That and the Dunsparce is why I have double encore. But what
The
made you
reason I
stop
stopped
it?
using that was because of Terra Fairy. Because you have 2 potential Terra Fairy mons, and also it would get overwhelmed, I think, a little bit by like Annihilate boosting Rage Fist and stuff like that, and I didn't have any. I didn't have like if I had the amount of hazards you had, I think it would have been much better.
Yeah.
Just because I'd punished more, but it just didn't do enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get you. I feel like, I mean, I was talking about for my Festivals team too. I feel like Fortress was good, was actually pretty decent for you this season. But I feel like Earthworm would have super, like, helped you. Because like ground immunity and then, you know, Stealth Rock, Spike and stuff. It's and that's the thing as well with my team. Like, I click an attack and get up hazards. Actually, part of the reason why I also went Thunderwave on Crest is because I was, like, terrified of Rattled the Dunsparce. And I can't hit that thing with my stupid, this is when I thought you were when I had Terra Fairy for one day. I didn't get any sleep that day. But I was like, okay, I can't hit it with Cecil's Edge. I can't hit it with Rage Fist. I can't intimidate it with anything if I have it. Like, I was really terrified of that particular set. But then, like, even like turn 1, I probably should just like spiked up versus you. I Aqua Cutter just to check intentions, basically, because I'm Focus Sash. I figured I'd be good. Shouldn't die to anything. And then I was like, all right, enough. I'm gonna trade Glares with Crest. Obviously, I was blessed and didn't get the pair on Crest, which may have mattered later if I couldn't like Lunar Dance, because Crest never came in ever again. But
I think it kind of just depended on like the mid to late turns with Paralysis and Hoopa and stuff like that. I guess maybe.
I was smart on you calling the no encore on Screamtail. That was very smart. So going for combo, like at the end when you went for combo.
I knew you wouldn't click encore or anything like that because
you could threaten me with a.
Yep, exactly.
No, that second comment was very, very smart. Me eating stored power was also crazy as well.
I was surprised. I was like, yo, because my Screamtail has investment.
Yeah,
it hits 200.
I ate it comfortably, dude. Like I lived discharge from Zapdos after a Drain Punch, like comfortably.
I was like, damn, yeah, this thing is too bulky, and you have like the Chinese EV spread too, which is, you know.
Oh yeah. It was EV to live a max special attack Hurricane after Rocks and Spike, and if they were there, you know, like obviously if they ended up coming. Like initially I was debating Boots on my Pokemon, but I was like, yo man, like if he brings Fortress and crap like that, that's a win for me.
Yeah.
Like it felt like, because Fortress just gives, like even like Samurott versus Fortress League, right? You get up Rocks, I go for Cecil's Edge, you try and go for Rapid Spin turn 2 or whatever you want to do, catching Annihilate, and I go for Encore, so you're locked in, and then I get damage on something like. The one lead that was scary versus me would be like a U-turn Meowscarada into Rocky Helmet Zapdos, but just because. I don't know if you'd scout for Scarf Samurai. I don't know if Amo brought any Scarf Samurai versus you. I was initially Scarf on one of them. But if you were Scarf yourself, you could U-turn Protean, bring me down, and then and obviously stop my Cecil's Edge with the Rocky Helmet. You know. Obviously you did it again in your video as well, I believe, today. I think so. That freaking.
Did you suspect Scarf Hoopa when you switched out of Lycanroc?
When you brought that thing hard in, Emvee, on my Lycanroc, and it took hazard damage, yes, I did suspect Scarf. And I literally said, you wanted me to stay in and die to Stone Edge? Is that what you want? Die to Shadow Ball? No, dude, when you literally brought it in, I was like, damn, he's Scarf Terra Ghost. Like, I literally, like, the second you brought it in, and I was running Calyx on a Cellar It actually does a lot. Like, it does like 50 to 70, but doesn't.
Does it?
Yeah, I'm adamant. Life Orb.
Oh, you're adamant.
Yeah, I went full power because the mons that are faster than me, I can assault. Like, adamant is the difference between killing. So I don't know how much HP. I'm just gonna guess 120 HP on your Meowscarada. Or you didn't go in, you just went defense. But adamant is like the difference between killing Meowscarada always at +2 with 120 HP Vs, which would be your leftover after you speed creep my mon, and not. So like I went adamant because I was like, screw it, I don't care.
You knocked me out with Jolly too.
What'd you say?
You knocked me out with a Jolly. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at Choice Man.
No, not with 120 HP Vs, which you 100% had left over, because you only need 152 speed. You'd run max attack, because it's really good versus my team.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so I needed adamant in order to do that. Also, I was actually slower with some bulk, but I got outsped by a Zapdos once and got parried and died, and I said screw it, I'm just gonna go adamant max speed, because if he does run speed on Zapdos, there's 2 speed tiers you hit. Jolly Samurott, Jolly Samurott, which is like I thought the lowest. You went even lower, but Jolly Samurott I thought would be the lowest. And then there's Annihilate plus Crooked Out. So basically, adamant. You would really have to be crazy with your creep if if you outspend Lycanroc, and I figured if he outspeeds Lycanroc, that's less defense EVs. So that was like the thought process. And
Damn, bro. So you had lots of time to think about this matchup. That's crazy.
well, bro, when you lose,
bro, I got time. I got this and that. I got this and that. You know, I got
I
got a whole like. Bunch
I
of
played a
skills,
game
like,
for an hour,
and
bro.
This man was testing 24/7. He had all the calcs. He
I
had
really
every
did it.
single set in order. He played every single set. He knew every single thing.
All
I
this
gonna
was
bring.
finalized in the final day, the day before yesterday.
Dude, that's insane.
All this was finalized. Whoops. Oh, you know why? You know what happened? You know what actually helped me at the end?
What?
I expressed my I'm gonna lose to everybody who came through, and everybody played me on Wednesday. Literally before Wednesday, I was not confident in anything. I was losing all my mocks. Wednesday, I won every single mock. Every single mock I won on Wednesday, and I played I think 14 games. Tone made 5 different teams for me to fight. One of them had a loaded dice Pim Missile Fortress, which O-code my Samurott turn 1, and 2-hit KO'd my Cresselia. I was terrified, but I was also like, dude, if I went Annihilate right here, you give me free 300 base power, and I just kill. But it was like, he brought the heat. He brought like Grumpig, he brought Ice Cube versus me, almost swept me with a Belly Drum one, like things like that. Like there was like a lot of, did Ice Cube ever cross your mind?
Amo suggested that to me, but I couldn't see where to fit that in the team composition because I feel like I needed like everything. And then the Ursaluna slot was the one I was switching up. I feel like I needed the 5 that I had on my team, plus, because like the Dunsparce I feel like was good for what it could do.
Yes.
Screamtail was a boss, absolutely, like really good when I was testing. Meowscarada I always needed. Hoopa was like the star of the team. Of course, I had to bring that with the Choice Scarf. I thought it was really, really good. Yeah, it was literally between that last slot. So I was like, I thought Ice Cube, because he said like bring like what is it, Waterfall, Icicle Crash or whatever, or Ice Spinner.
Yeah, Liquidation or whatever the hell it's called, like Belly Drum.
Yeah, something like that. But like I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna set that up. Like it's, cause like I'm gonna take hazards unless I run boots, but then I don't get
the speed,
the benefits of speed of the barrier or whatever.
Salic, yeah. It was also like partly why punching, like originally I was weakness policy Annihilate for the longest time. I made it punching glove because I was like, I kept getting static by Zapdos, and also I kept missing Stone Edge on its switching.
Yeah, punching glove is smart. Amel never brought that versus me, so I kept staticking it every single time. Or
Yeah,
kept
literally.
paralyzing it every single time.
I mean, and punching glove also boosts Rage Fist, which is really cool. Like, which is a really cool.
Yeah, Rage Fist, and it doesn't boost Drain Punch, does it?
It does. It boosts Drain Punch and Rage Fist. And I was also debating this morning. The last change I would have made was between Ice Punch and Stone Edge. And Dylan was telling me Annihilate's main role isn't going to be knocking out Zapdos. I don't think it matters. And I agreed with him. Ice Punch obviously being 82 point whatever, 5 base power, something like that, when boosted by the Punching Glove, which is pretty cool. And also would give me like a mid-ground between things. It also would hit like Terra Fly the Dunsparce if I encored it, and because I didn't want to hit it if I rattled. But I was like, I mean, he's probably going to bring water versus me anyway, because it's better. You need to bring water versus Delphox, right? Fly, like if you're going to be weak to my Electrode, water is the preferable one because it actually checks Heatran and Delphox. So like it was just something I was thinking about for the longest time. And I went Stone Edge because on one mock he had a Rocky Helmet Zapdos. It came in and I critical hit it and it died with Stone Edge. I was like, yeah, I'm going Stone Edge. Like, let's just see. So basically, Ape was never gonna touch you. That was like kind of it. Like I was looking at my team and thinking last night, and I was like, am I making the right call bringing all these inaccurate moves to finals?
I mean, you hit them all, so you know.
Yeah. I basically did. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I am. If I'm gonna do it now, if I'm gonna do it now, I'm just gonna do it. Like,
you know, you did hit every Stone Edge, every Magma Storm. I think you broke out of every pair that probably mattered.
No, I missed one Magma Storm on Ursaluna as it come in because I got paralyzed. I missed that Magma Storm, so I would have seen. Well, I already saw.
It was just that one turn, right?
Yeah.
But it was the Magma Storm. I think I would have lived and just played rest because I was faster.
Yeah, for sure you would have. But like I missed that. I learned to be like, instead of going Cresselia, I learned to be proactive versus Ursaluna. And
I was waiting for Crest to come in so it would give the perfect opportunity for Screamtail.
Second I saw leftovers, I was like, no. Yeah. Basically, that was like my thought process too, because especially when you're keeping Screamtail in the back, I was like, this dude is trying to sweep me. Like I did not want to bring out Crest ever because you'd win. Like
yeah, I know. I needed like one opportunity or like one para somewhere that I needed, like, you know.
Yeah. I was I mean, we got what we wanted though out of the draft league, right? Content.
Oh no, wait,
we got the final. We got all weeks of content. That's like, and I feel like, as the two biggest YouTubers, that's really nice for us in the league, right? I think that's really nice for us in the league. Yeah.
100% right, because like, you know, for like, if it's just a regular person, right? You want to play whatever, blah, blah, like the games don't matter. It's just winning in the end that matters. But for us, like, these videos are pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know this is my job, so being able to do something that not only people like, but obviously does extremely well on the channel, like I was happy to make it to finals specifically because, like, yay, this is good for us, and I'm really happy Emvee did it too because I mean I want him to get to 100K subs as well, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, like if you got this far, please subscribe to Emvee. Like, please sub to Emvee. Let's at least get him to 75K. I said sub to you like 100 times this video, like not just in the interview, but the actual one. But please make sure you subscribe to Emvee. Do you have anything else you want to tell them? Any spoilers you want to give about the DLC League or whatever you want to do?
100K would be the absolute dream.
If 25,000 of you subscribe to Emvee today.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'm sure, because there's a lot of people that watch this that may not be subscribed to me. It'd be much appreciated, because of course I'm gonna be in the next draft league. The next draft league is already in the works. We already have all the coaches in it. We already have the logo. We already have the name. We have the plan going for it as well. The DLC drops in literally like a couple weeks.
Yep.
Less than that. So yeah, it's I don't know if I'll reveal. I don't think I'll reveal the name.
Yeah, don't reveal too much. Like yeah, obviously, if you don't want to reveal that, don't do it. But
yeah, it's in the works. But yeah, I'm excited because draft league content is super fun, and I'm pretty glad. Like I'm overall just really satisfied to because like if I made it only to quarterfinals or semifinals, I'd be like, all right, it's fine. Because I definitely have to make playoffs every single time I play, right?
Yes, of course we do.
It's a standard.
We have to.
You know.
Shout out to that one GBA season that I didn't, and I was sad.
I remember that. Was that the one they Dragon Tailed you out of? I don't think. Or maybe
no, that wasn't you. That was well, that might have been that. No, that might have been that season. But that was a season where I think I missed or got crit by Lars in my final game.
In like the very last week, right?
Yeah, like the like last week, like last turn type of thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like finals. Like semifinals is it's better than quarterfinals obviously, but like making it to finals is like a standard kind of, you know. It's like I'm glad I made it this far, and I played you, so it's like whoever wins, it's whatever, because we're both solid. So it comes down to literally team prep and stuff like that too.
And then how the game goes as well, because obviously
exactly.
Like I knew you were bringing static and stuff, and I fought that with that.
Yeah, you fought static with static. Your static came on top. It's fine, you know. It's all right. What was the calc on the sucker punch again?
It never kills. I had literally never kills. I had 150. Sure? Yep. 152 HPVs, and defense was at 32. I believe I was at 80. I might have been at 87, 88 HP, and the max you could do was like 85 or some crap. I literally, I was
actually really surprised about Terra Fairy. I thought it'd be Terra Ice for sure.
Ice was solid.
Every single time Emil brought Terra Ice versus me, and I'm like, Terra Fairy, like.
Bro, it's because I got cooked by Dragon Tail to Dunsparce too much, dude.
Oh yeah.
Too much. I told you, I lost to it 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
I literally, that's why I went Fairy. I mean, this mon could have easily. Oh, can we give a shout out to our Terra captains, by the way, this season? All of them are broken. All of them are broken.
All of them are broken. The Dunsparce and Hoopa were literally the best Terra captains, like the best Pokemon that I've used in a draft league. My favorites, hands down.
Easily.
Exactly. And so. For those of y'all that didn't know, initially I think this league was gonna have the higher tier Terras or whatever. And we were like planning the rules, and I came up and said, you know what? Let's do low tier Terras.
It's great.
And then they were like, why not? Of course, you know, I had the voice of PokeaimMD, you know, the influence of PokeaimMD.
I also said yes. Let's do it, please. Let's try it. Because my rationale was like, I'm so tired of Terra Dark, Chimchargers. It's not fun to prep. Like. I enjoyed the BBR, but playing some of those matchups, Terra back Excalibur and things like that was just not fun. Like, it was.
No, it was. I mean, like, look, it was good for like a week.
Yeah, literally a week or two for sure. Literally, that's the best way to put it. It was good for a week or two.
It was good for a week or two. Then they started getting like, you know, I don't want to have to keep doing this every single week. But yeah, no, it's like the lower tier Terras actually make the game feels super refreshing. It brings out the best of, you know, like the lower tier mons. So the lower tier mons become your MVPs pretty much. The Dunsparce was my kill leader.
Yeah.
Like it was literally my kill leader. Hoopa was like probably one of the best tanks that I brought with AV pretty much every single week except for this one.
My Delphox was insane this season. Like it was actually my Delphox was insane this season. Saved me every week. Was great every week. Like ignore the misses, right? It would have been fantastic that week too. Like it was beautiful every single week. And my Electrode got the job done every single time. It was very easy to wear down my opponents. Like I will say, guys, this low kicks, both of Emvee's low kicks. Meloetta and a few other Terra captains in the next league we're in, we're definitely not going to let them lower tier terrestrialize. And my Delphox was 6 points, by the way. I paid 6 points to terrestrialize Delphox.
That's definitely going to be a higher tier.
That mon's going to be 9+ points, can't Terra.
Easily. No, I mean, I think Delphox is probably one of those. Well, we have to see kind of the tiers and stuff like that. Just to kind of get a gauge of.
We got 2 weeks till they come out, and then we'll figure things out. But.
Exactly. No, but this was a great draft league overall. I'm glad that we got to play in it. I feel like this one felt a lot better than the last one, just because I think the lower tier Terras kind of sold
very
me on,
refreshing.
Very refreshing. A lot of fun. And I think the games overall were great. I think both of us kind of had the most misfortune out of the early season and like the mid season and stuff like that. We started picking it up and we got back. I mean, I think we had some of the most entertaining games, right? We had the final Gambit.
I freaking loved them. Yeah, the final Gambit game was incredible.
Final Gambit game was incredible. I had I think the game versus Mephisto was a really solid one. Yeah. What else?
You drank some wine, right? During that, like I recently rewatched that.
I had 3 glasses, but and for this one I only had 1. Maybe I should have had like 4. Yeah, I should have had 4. I only had 1 because like I came back from because my parents got a kitchen, whatever, new kitchen. I came back late. I then was like, okay, shoot, I gotta play at 10, but I gotta go to the gym and like work out and stuff like that. And I was testing with Emil till late too, so like because like I wasn't 100% confident with my team or anything. Where was I going with this?
You're just talking about this draft league, how you really liked it, lower tiers.
Yeah, draft league lower tiers. Okay, so yeah, so I definitely where was I going with like that? I was like going somewhere. Oh, about the wine, right? So then I didn't have as much wine as I usually would because I didn't space out the amount of time that I had left. So I was
Sounds like 1 was enough, bro.
Yeah, I gotta cook dinner, I gotta drink, I gotta eat, and whatever. And then I did that, and I was like, okay, we gotta play. So then I came and played, but no, like this, I definitely think the lower tier Terramons should be a standard in draft league, in my opinion, because
I agree.
I think it definitely creates balance. First of all, there's a lot of balance involved. It makes more interesting Pokemon shine, right? I mean, you keep seeing the same old Dragonite, Baxcalibur, Chenpao, Chendis, this and that, Wo-Chien, all of that stuff. You keep seeing it over and over. But now you're gonna see like, oh look, a Dunsparce is the MVP. Oh look, a Delphox or a
I mean, on that note, my Dragonite, like I mentioned it before, but Dragonite took a step back this season. Like after like week 4 or 5, I don't think I ever brought it. Like it just took a step back. And also, I just want to note that lower tier really benefits like low drafting points, right? I had the wheel pick, so I get 2, which is nice. But like, I have my picks on screen, but I got Samurai, Annihilate, then I got Heatran, Dragonite, and then I immediately started going for my lower tiers. Like I picked up Electrode, freaking 6th. Right, I picked up Electro before I got Delphox and all these other mons. Like like it really helps those who have a terrible draft position because maybe you're not going to get a top tier threat like Great Tusk or whatever, but you can pick up a sleeper.
You get a top tier Terra Captain for sure.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I really did prioritize Hisuian Electro. I know that's something you actually wanted. I think initially you told me after that that's something you wanted as well. Yeah. One ended up being so cool too, but
it's really it really is cool. And like the cool thing is that a lot of these higher tier mons, like they didn't perform as well as the lower tier mons, right? That's another cool thing to note is that the performance level. You said like Dragonite was not as much of an MVP as Electrode and Delphox, so it kind of makes you. It adds another layer to drafting, right? It adds another layer to drafting where now you have to kind of strategize and prioritize Terra Captains.
If you actually look at top 5 on the PPL draft, Kilowatts was number 1 kill leader, and then Iron Valiant's after that, and then Meloetta, and then Greninja, and then Low Kicks. Top 5 has 3 of our Terra Captains. I will say 2 out of 3 of those, and debatable with Kilowattrel, should not be able to Terra, and Kilowattrel should have been more expensive. But it just really shows like just how good the the lower tier mons were in the Terra. So that's why like we really I freaking love this draft. It was a great season. It was
Great experience, great season overall. And of course, the next one is, of course, gonna be we're gonna aim, of course, pun intended, aim
higher.
PokeaimMD.
Yeah.
We're gonna aim for this one, the next one, to be even better than this one.
It's going to be a great one, guys. So thank you everybody for watching. Please check out Emvee, subscribe to him. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next season. I'll see you guys in another video tomorrow. But that's it. Check out Emvee's side as well if you haven't watched it. I'm not 100% sure if I'm doing the stream tonight because I'll be driving home from a bachelor party, but I might be home, so I might end up doing a stream and just watch your side. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Goodbye. Sub to Emvee.
Peace. Sub to me, please.